Hey guys, today we'll be looking at a silver for Ana/Mercy. So this was a request on the Overwatch University subreddit where they wrote, I, as Ana Mercy, would like a review to give me hints on what could have been better. I'm actually silver 4 support and diamond gold tank DPS, and I feel games have really less impact when you play well on that role rather than with DPS or tank. I think my positioning is average good. My aim is quite bad. Same goes for awareness. So if you could give me some tips, that would be great. Yeah, we could definitely take a look. I definitely understand what you mean when you say that you can sometimes feel a little helpless on support. Maybe you're playing well, but your team's letting you down. That definitely happens, to be honest, on every role. But on support, what that could often mean is we're either not using our abilities or not using them on the right targets, or it could mean we're not doing enough damage. So we'll definitely take a look. You said you were diamond on tank, which means I'm assuming your game sense is a lot better than the average silver player. So it's probably going to be like a lot of micro support specific things, but we'll definitely take a look at that. So first thing we always want to do is take a look at our team comp. So we got the Ramatra, Hanzo Bastion, Ana Mercy. Yeah, pretty solid. More of a poke comp, which is what you should play on Havana. This is like a sniper map. You're not really going to see a Widowmaker, really, I don't think, because it's silver. But at the same time, we got like the Hanzo. We got a lot of distance damage. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to poke them from a distance as they're moving up. Try to get a lot of damage. I think you specifically will be looking for a nice anti-grenade. And then as they move up and get close to your Ramatra, he's going to want to go into Nemesis form and pummel them while the rest of you support him from a distance. So that's how I would like to see you guys play. As for nano targets, nano annihilation is probably ideal. You don't necessarily have to wait for annihilation, though. You can nano Ramatra if he needs it. Nano Bastion in turret form is actually really solid as well. So that's what I would like to see you do as far as your ult goes. But yeah, let's see how you guys play this. Yeah, so be a little careful about just hanging out in the open here. Yeah, see, Cass is looking at you. Okay. Honestly, just because this is like a sniper, but see, Hanzo's looking right at you too. But because this is like a sniper map and it's easy for them, like a Widow or even a Hanzo, to initially see you from here, I don't even like playing on the high ground as Ana. I usually play... I play back here, but your team is kind of a little too forward. I think they should all kind of be where your Hanzo is, to be honest. And yeah, I mean that holding close is a strategy, but you guys kind of all gotta either like hold really close on the cart or hold over here because you guys are kind of all over the place. I mean, you could, with the way your team's positioning, you could play like right behind your Hanzo over here. You know, as people move up, you can go over here and then over here. This is usually where I like start this area right here as Ana, and then you can like make your way back over here as the cart comes around the corner. But yeah, just things to think about as far as Havana first defense positioning. Break the shield. Nade that. Nade that. Ooh.
I won't let you fall.
Yeah, I think we needed an anti-grenade there. So let's back that up just a tiny bit. Maybe a little bit more. We could have done it there too.
I won't let you fall.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. The shield. Right there. That would have been such a juicy anti-grenade. I know as a silver player, a lot of lower rank Anas don't feel confident throwing their anti-grenades from a distance. But you really want to just think about the arc, you know, you lift up and then you could try to get the nade in. I would at least give it a shot. I mean, you didn't use the cooldown at all. Even if you miss, trying is better than not doing it at all. But yeah, I do think your Ramatra once again should not be all the way up there. But if we had landed an anti-grenade, we could have put pressure on them and potentially it could have hit Ramatra too and healed him. But that would have maybe prevented his death.
I won't let you fall.
Yeah.
Taking damage.
Yeah, we kind of want to get down.
Instinctive MA.
Okay, we land the anti. Could have gone a little deeper, but that's fine. That's okay. So we're down a bunch. Kind of want to... I wouldn't play... Yeah, see, as there... I would play back where I said before. Just behind cover. You're kind of out in the open. It's going to take you like a second or so if you need to dive behind cover. The three things you always want to think about as far as support positioning for most supports are 1, can I see my team? 2, can I see the enemy team? And then 3, do I have cover to play behind? The first two, you could see your team or what's left of them, and you could see the enemy team as well. But yeah, you're kind of caught out. You're not going to have enough time to get behind cover. So you just want to play like in a position where if someone's looking at you or you're taking any damage, you could just crab walk right behind a wall just to keep yourself alive. You just don't, as a support, you do not want to play out in the open. Yeah, ooh, yeah, we shouldn't be in here. Yeah, we're isolated now. So, let's back that up a little bit. A little more. So, your Bastion should not be in there. You guys are down. Your Ram died, Mercy rezzed, and died in the process of rezzing him, and now your Hanzo's dead. It's a 3v5. You all should be looking to back out, including your Bastion. He should not be there, and not only does that happen, but you go into there to help him. And then let's watch what happens here. So yeah. So see what happened here? Because you went in to help your Bastion, you're 1 HP, and now you are isolated from your Ramatra. Their Moira and their Sig have basically closed the distance, isolated you from the rest of your team, and now they're gonna pick you both off, and you're gonna die. Maybe Bastion can get a kill on, like, say, the Moira, but I'm assuming, like, I mean, the Moira could easily just finish you off, and then they can both focus the Bastion. So, anyway, the thing I want you to think about is your team playing in the optimal position? You are higher ranked on DPS and tank than your teammates, so you should have a better understanding of those positionings than they do. So I really want you thinking about, are they playing in a good position? And if they're not, we either want to support them as safely as possible, or if we can't safely support them, just let them die and it's not our fault. That's one thing I really want you thinking about as Ana, and really as Mercy too, is just not putting yourself in bad positions because of your teammates. We could have taken that mini too, but I mean, it didn't really matter. We were going to die either way.
This is not the end.
I need healing.
Back. Try to land an anti-grenade. Leave an opening.
Close your eyes.
Nice sleep.
Shield has reached the
Yeah, they got it. So I do think your Ram probably should have pushed up a little bit more. But at the same time, if we had been going for like a nade and some damage as well, that could have pressured them and stifled them enough for him to push up as well. So just maybe your tank isn't playing optimally, but we could be doing other things too to help him do his job. So yeah, we all want to back out here. I would have just gone back up the stairs, but this is fine too. Keep backing up.
I won't let you fall.
Yeah, he's dead. Keep backing. Don't wait here. You don't want to stay here. Okay, that's good. Okay, he got some picks. That's good. Your Bastion's kind of out there, and so I would try to take like a, yeah. I mean, you're kind of doing risky stuff and going a little too forward. I would like to see you guys kind of try to take the high ground. I mean, I know your Bastion was out there, but he's fine with the Mercy. You kind of want to play back behind your Hanzo and then your Ram when he comes up, because right now you've kind of frontline to try to get the Moira, which is not necessarily a bad thing. She's pushing cart by herself, but if we were, say, like up on high ground or something, you know, even like right here, we could rotate this way. We can get the same vision on the Moira, just from a much safer position, where it's harder for her to go after us. You know, if she starts grasping us, we can back up, go behind a wall. The only way she can really gets to us is if she fade jumps into us and expends a cooldown to do so. So, yeah, just I want you thinking about just playing back a bit more, playing in safer positions, and yeah, playing behind your team. So back up. Yeah, keep backing. And Moira's kind of going after you now. Nice shots. Okay, good. Yeah, your Bastion Mercy probably shouldn't have been out there, but it happens. I'd like to see you take the high ground, but it's fine. We can Nano Annihilation here. Okay, good. I like that. He took a bunch of pressure, he was crit, and then you reactively nanoed to ensure that he didn't die, that was really good nano. You're taking a little bit of, yeah, so Sigma is right over here. Ram's kind of pushed past. That happens in lower ranks where you nano a tanker DPS. They get like all fired up and adrenaline dumped, and then they kind of go a little too far. But yeah, you're kind of left alone with the Sigma. I think your Hanzo's looking at him as well, which is good. But yeah, this is a little tough for you. Once again, if you were playing on high ground, it would be a lot harder for this Sigma to get you. So just things I want you to think about as far as your positioning. Good sleep. Now get away. Get away. Yeah, we don't want to go forward. I guess Ram's still... Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I was saying before about your Ram wasn't necessarily making a smart decision going to 1v4. You kind of just exposed yourself in this lane right here to try to support him, and that was an easy shot for their Hanzo. So once again, if we were up here, maybe we could have turned away to our rotated crab walk right to see him land a nade maybe or something like that to support Ramatra. But once again, that was on him for going that far and overextending.
I won't give in.
It's Kiriko.
Let's wait for the tank. Yeah, we kind of wanna hang back and wait for our tank. I would play. You don't want to play at a place, especially with their Hanzo. He can dragon you like that. If we were just waiting like around the corner or where we were before over here, we probably could have avoided that. You just wanna think about if you have a place to duck out as soon as something like that happens, because the last thing you want is to just be stuck in a corridor like that where a dragon can just get you. Yeah. Honestly, the moment we heard the Hanzo use that, I would have just gotten away from this hallway, because you got to think he's going to be doing this. He's going to be dragoning this narrow passageway right here to cut you guys off. So the moment I heard that, I would have like even just dropped right to get out of the way, or like I was saying before, maybe if you were back here, you could have moved away as well. But we don't want to keep moving forward as we hear that audio.
The payload has reached the checkpoint tier.
I require aid.
Yeah, your ram's kind of just feeding. It happens. We could land a nade, maybe get some ult charge. That's fine. Yeah, so this is a little passive. You're just sitting, looking at your Hanzo and your teammates, just waiting for them to take damage so you can heal them. When they're not, never mind if they're not full HP. If they're not crit, you should be looking to go for a little more damage. So I would like to see you kind of where your bastion is. What I was saying about the nade before is you can try to lift up and throw an anti-grenade on the cart there. Get them, maybe get some shots in, you take any pressure, or you see the Hanzo looking at you, because since he can one-shot, you just duck right back. So that's one thing that's really going to help you climb on support, is just doing more damage, paying attention to, like, if your team is not in dire need of healing, that means we can go for damage. Your other support, like you have a Kiriko now, and most supports tend to heal bot, kind of like what you were doing. So especially if we see that our other support is doing that, that really means that we can go for more damage. So that's what I would like to see you. That's what I would like to see you do, instead of just waiting for your team to take HP. Even if you like just kind of move to the left here, try to get a shot on the Cassidy, that would be good too. But yeah, damage is gonna help you exponentially as far as climbing goes. Yeah, see where it's passive, we're kind of just waiting. We can't really do anything here. Shoot the Sigma. Can land a nade. He's got the shield, so. Yeah, this is... Yeah, we're literally just healing right now. See, their Ana has the right idea and is shooting you. That's the type of things I'd like to see you do. Is I would like to see you. Okay, now your team's getting flux, but that's fine. I would like to see you take an angle, and I would like you to be the one to shoot their Ana, put pressure on her, disrupt her, and that will give your team a greater advantage. As far as she'll probably trying to hide, make sure she doesn't die, maybe use her nade if you land 2 shots, and just kind of disrupt her healing and supporting her team. You can nade that. Yeah, you were anti. Save the grenade until you're no longer purple. Yeah, see, their Ana is super aggro. I mean, their Ana is like frontlining and being wild as well. But to be honest, that's more effective than the way that you're playing Ana, which is just very passive and heal botting. So yeah, just want you to think about you want to go for damage. Ana does 75 per shot. Her nade does 60 damage. 3 shots or 2 shots in a nade, you can kill any squishy. She has a lot of DPS potential. So if you are not looking for damage, you are leaving a lot on the table with this hero.
The payload is approaching its destination.
I think that's the round.
Not finished. Score 0-3.
Yeah,
Switching
so
sides. Initiating match.
I mean, at the same time, I do think your tank was overextending quite a bit. Your team was playing in some really funky positions. But at the same time,
Attackers incoming.
I do think that if we
Escort
had...
the payload.
Was waiting for that to finish. I do think that if we had been looking for a bit more damage, maybe looking for those anti-grenades a little bit more, I definitely, as I pointed out, I saw a few opportunities for them. I think we could have stifled that push and supported him a little bit more. So just things I want you to think about as far as Ana goes. I do see we're on Mercy now. I'm not really a Mercy player. I do know the basics of how to play her, of course. So I as far as micro things, I might not be able to help you out too much. But as far as like what you should be doing and thinking about, I could definitely take a look. So yeah, let's see what happens. So you're probably going to want to damage boost the DPS, mainly the Bastion. Get your blue beam. Pay attention to that little ch-ch sound that tells that your team is doing damage. You really obviously want to pay attention to that as a Mercy player. If you don't hear that enough, that means that the target that you're damage boosting or healing might not be worth the pocket. So try to play around with your team. Bastion should be your top priority. If you don't think he's doing enough, you can try to go to the Hanzo, even the Ram. That should be like your last resort, though. But, I mean, at that point, I probably would switch off Mercy altogether if pocketing the DPS wasn't worth it. But, yeah, just pay attention to that. And you want to try to use that to figure out who's doing the most and who's the most worth pocketing. Yeah, we don't want to stay out in the open. Try to just stay behind cover. See how we're kind of out in the open. You are going between cover, but like between little areas of cover, which is good. So you do understand how to play cover, but I feel like you're out in the open for a little too long. And maybe you're not getting punished so much for that now, but as you climb in the ranks, you absolutely will. So, yeah, if you find yourself out in the open like that, that means that you need to get behind something ASAP. I told you with Ana before, the three things you want to think about are, can you see your team, can you see the enemy team, and can you play behind cover? That does not apply to Mercy. There is almost never a point in time where you want the enemy team to have vision of you. You want to just hide and damage boost and move between positions. Top level Mercies, like at the highest level, they never die because they are excellent at hiding and moving. See how we're out in the open? I would even like if you're going to damage boost Ram, once again, I would hang back, maybe help like Bastion or even Hanzo. But even if you're going to be up here damage boosting, I would just move to the right here where they can't see you. Settings out in the open here. If you die, like, yeah, see how you're taking a lot of damage. You were very crit there. This is good. This is where I'd like to see you. Damage boost Bastion. He's in turret form. Yeah, he's... So let's take a look at that again. I think you were just kind of healing him. So he's basically full HP. If he's crit, switch to healing. But like right now, we should not be heal beaming. We should be damage boosting because Bastion does a lot of damage as is. With the damage boost, that's really gonna help him just put a ton of pressure on the enemy team. So just try to think about It's like I was saying with Ana. If you don't urgently need to heal, you should be looking to damage. With Mercy, if you don't urgently need to heal, you should be looking to damage boost.
Enhancing your strength.
Because up until this is going to change with season 4, but at least for the next week or the next few days, I should say, you still get the bonus healing if the target's below 50%. So if they're not crit, if they're not below 50%, we don't really need to worry so much about their HP. We can take advantage of that while it still lasts as they get crit. So maybe heal your Ram. Yeah, this has been a common theme. He's going a little too far. Yeah, you're out in the open. You gotta hide. Yeah, they haven't been able to finish you off, but to be honest, I think you're very lucky that you haven't been punished so much for that yet. Okay, Battle Mercy. I don't hate it. It's good. Yeah, we're cleaning up now so you can be a little more open with your positioning.
Payload's heading out. This will help you.
Okay, they're coming out now. You want to play a little more hidden, so you're, as I said before, you're out in the open. They can all view you, like from here. Very clear vision of you from their position. Your Bastion was over here. Like he moved up to hide, but he was over here before. I would have just been playing like where he is right now and damage boosting from here. If you do get pressured, you can just GA back over here to like where your Hanzo or your teammates are. So that's the type of things I want you thinking about. You do not want to play out in the open as Mercy if you don't need to.
Right by you. Let the Kitsune guide you.
Be careful when getting the res. Nice. So you do understand how to use cover. You've demonstrated that. Like you that was a really good way. Like you hugged this wall right here to get the res just to keep yourself safe. But once again, like I would like to see you do that more. Basically, if you don't have like no choice but to be out in the open, I want to see you behind cover at all times. So you know how to use cover. You've demonstrated that. Just I'd like to see you do it a little bit more than what you're doing. I might need a little help. Yeah, back up. So honestly, like one thing I've noticed is like, so you are kind of using cover right here like this. I'd like to see you, if you could, just kind of hug the wall just to cut off the, just to make yourself even less exposed. Because if you're out here, if you're like right here, see if somebody kind of rotates like around or so, or even like right around here or so, they might be able to see you if you're in this position where you were. But if you hug the wall and just have a nice like just be a little tighter, that will make you less exposed. A little more advanced thing, not super applicable to silver, but just things I want you to think about as far as just trying to stay as safe as possible. Yeah, try to just damage boost now. No one's really taking a lot of damage. I'd like to see blue beam. And now at that point, yeah, he kind of got burst down there. Yeah, he got antied. At that point, there's nothing you can do. Kiriko needs to Suzu him. But yeah, I do think maybe if we were using damage boost there, maybe he could have put a little bit more pressure on them. Once again, he's kind of, I mean, yeah, he's kind of out there in a way where it's in a position where it's hard for you guys to support him without exposing yourselves. Maybe if he had just like even just a tiny little bit played a tiny little bit back around here, just so you know he can tank for you guys a little better and hide behind cover himself if necessary. That would have been better, but we're not really going to worry about our teammates' mistakes. We're going to worry about what we could have done. And I do think if we were damage boosting a little bit more, instead of just using yellow beam when teammates are barely any HP, I do think we would have been able to put a little bit more pressure on them than we were able to. And yeah, you're in front of everyone and you kind of die. So that's another thing too. I mean, I get you moved forward to help Ram, but there wasn't really anything you could have done. I would just get back as soon as you can behind your team, because there was a little brief moment where there was nobody between you and the enemy team, and that's like, you don't want that as any support, but really on Mercy, that's really the last thing you want.
I must return to my post.
Defend the payload or they will take it from us.
Let me see what I can do.
Destroy that turret.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, don't res when he's right in our face.
Onwards to victory.
Alright, that was good. Nice. Yeah, you're ramming your Bastion really cleaned up there. That was good.
Not even you deserve death.
Fast forward till the next fight.
Treatment ongoing.
Yeah, you can damage boost here. There's no urgent need to heal. Now there is, because Ram's taking some damage, but once Ram's not crit anymore, I'd like to see you go to damage boost. Try to let your Kiriko handle the topping off and such.
Let's get the payload going. I'll patch you up.
Yeah, so once again, you're kind of like out in the open here. I mean, nobody's directly facing you, but they could easily push forward and rotate. And you guys got 2 picks anyway, so it's not super urgent, but I would like to see you just try to just play like back, either just hug a wall or so, just to keep yourself less exposed, because like right here, you know, you're kind of looking around, you're trying to find your Hanzo, it's harder to see him. If you were, say, like hugging this wall right here, you can easily like heal, damage boost Ram. You can just easily see Hanzo and GA to him. So just trying to play a little tighter, as I was saying before, and like hugging a wall. That positioning will make doing everything else much easier, and figuring out, like, your awareness will improve from your positioning. See, we're out in the open here. Very lucky we didn't die there. GA away, this is good. Damage boost Bastion. There we go. I think our Hanzo might need help, but he's kind of out there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that res was... Let's back that up a little bit. So your Kiriko died, and you went to res her. Let's see what happens. I would heal Kiriko. Just, yeah. So I would have... as the guys were in the flux for one, my priority would have been to yellow beam Kiriko and heal her up to make sure she doesn't die. I don't know if we could have saved her, but maybe we could have kept her alive enough for her to like Suzu herself, and then she could have kept herself alive. And then the other thing too is now you're, let me see. Yeah, you're kind of out in the open. Like there's nobody here with Like your Bastion died. It's just you. This Torb's looking right at you and you're going for a res. I mean, that's basically suicide. You want to kind of, I don't know, you don't want to go for a res like that if it means you're going to die, because not only did you fail to res Kiriko, but now you died yourself. And even if you did manage to get the res on her, what's Kiriko going to do from here? Your Ram's gone way too far once again. She's probably just going to get killed herself, and then that's just feeding the enemy team more ult charge. So you want to think about your reses and think about if they're smart. What I would have done is, like, as I was saying before, you want to try to heal your Kiriko. If she died, I would have immediately gone to heal your Bastion instead of going for the res, because then he died and now you're all by yourself. And yeah, it happens though. I just want you thinking about whether or not a res is a good idea. I know that was kind of long-winded.
It's truly extraordinary. The payload stopped.
60 seconds remaining.
Here to assist.
Destroy that turret.
We got GA here.
Onwards to victory.
Try to res that. Yeah. You can get away with a little bit more in GA, that's fine. Damage boost Bastion for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need to be helping Kiriko. We should be helping, like, Ram or Hanzo. Especially ulting Ram, you can damage boost him. Yeah, so you died to the Soldier Visor, which, I mean, you're going to be a prime target for that. I'd just like to see where you were, if we could have potentially avoided that at all. I'm going to watch from up here. Get a bird's eye view. So yeah, he's coming in to... I mean, once again, we're kind of out in the open. I feel like if we were... Even in GA, you can play a little bit tighter too. You know, you could damage boost him from here, or... no, that would have been a little too far. But yeah, you could have, like, damage boost him from here. And then that way, once the soldier focuses you with the visor, you can duck behind. And a little funny thing you can do with, like, a soldier visor, because he's going to be looking for you. Mercy's one of the prime targets for that. You can, like, hide as soon as, like, your support passive kicks in or something. Poke out a little bit more to make him look at you. Hide again. Just kind of disrupt his visor, making it so he's not, like, consistently looking at people, and just making it harder for him to get value. That's a little more advanced thing, but yeah, my big thing I want to see you do is just not, like, just have, like, cover you can be close to, just in case a soldier visor's out like that, because you can just hide behind here, shoot the Torb turret, or at least, like, use the cart between yourself and it, and yeah, avoid the visor. But your Ram got a couple picks. They have no supports, so
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think if we had stayed alive there.
Better be more careful.
Overtime.
Oh, we got a couple picks though. We might have been able to help Ram if we had hit there and stayed alive. But it's fine. Okay, sneaky res. I would have gone out with Hanzo instead of going by yourself. And that's the game. Yeah, not bad at all. I definitely saw some solid things. I just, I do think you were a little bit exposed in your positioning a little bit. that did cost us, but I do think that the big thing was not going for like enough nades or damage as Ana, and not going for enough damage boost as Mercy. If you noticed, I pointed that out at the end of Defense. Their Ana was bloodthirsty, was hyper aggressive, going after people, and I do think that was that did hurt your team. Just not having like your team was struggling. Your Ram was going a little too far forward. I think what we needed to do was just add a little bit more pressure on top of that as a support. So that's what I want you thinking about. If you think your team is struggling, try to think about if you're doing enough damage yourself. But yeah, I think if you're a little more aggro, a little more damage minded, that's going to help you carry these types of games. So that's all I have for now. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, and best of luck in the future.